Yeah, Miss Jane retyped
bigger
them.
print.
Bigger
Okay,
print.
so we're gonna go ahead and open up our class on tonight.
I think
Tonight is June the 4th, Monday evening. And we have a little shift that we're doing with this class. And hopefully by the end of the night, I'll give out a new online schedule. So some of the shifts that's happening is the impartation class that we started. We started a little bit of it last week. And so I am not going to finish that class. I'm going to put that class off because my schedule is just completely crazy and I cannot commit to one other thing. So we're going to put that off. We're going to bring that back and couple that with another class, Lord, give me a praying spirit. So you revisit prayer again before you graduate. We're going to put those two together. The other thing that we're going to push out is going to be the public speaking course. We're going to push that out too. So we're going to take you right into your book, your main book, and the next 4 weeks. I'm trying to get us back on schedule. We missed several classes because of different things, which I'd already made room in the schedule because I know we missed classes because of stuff like Memorial Day, because we get a summer break, and different things, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of those weekends play into our Mondays. And so I'd already put some days in there where we would miss. So I'm trying to get us back on schedule where we are month-wise. So June the 4th, which is today, through I believe the end of July or the beginning of July the 4th. You've got like 4 weeks in there that we're going to do the Age of Innocence. Is going to be the very first part of your book, the innocence and consciousness. So you're going to have enough time to jump into that book. If you have not read Genesis 1 through 3, which we gave out at the beginning of the classes, we just said, hey, go ahead and read it. If you have not read that, this would be a good time to go refresh your brain and read through that because we're going to be all in Genesis. So Mother McGrew is going to begin with the innocence, the age of consciousness, and you're going to do those 4 weeks. Now, on your calendar, it says that you have a summer break from July the 2nd to I think August the 31st. It goes throughout the summer. We give you the August, mainly July, August off because there's too many vacations, too many people missing. We may teach 1-2 people something and then the other 3 folk come back and then we're having to catch everybody up. So everybody just gets the break, the summer break for August. So July 2nd. What I did do is I pushed that break back a week. So July 2nd, you will be here. And then that following week on to August 31st or something like that, you have that off. And what I did was just take back one of those days that we missed to try to make us up some time. So I'll give you all of that in the new schedule. In that break, because you're going to have 4 weeks to learn Mother McGrew, and then you're going to have a break. In that break, this is what I want from you as a homework assignment. And you'll have roughly 2 months to do it. I would like for you to memorize, learn, if you have not already learned them, the books of the Old Testament. All of the Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Nazareth, Nehemiah, Esther, all of those. Learn the books of the Bible in sequence, Old Testament books, and I want you to learn one key character in each of those books. So each of those books got many characters in them. I just want you to pull out one key character for each of those books. And our first day back to class, I believe it's going to be someday the first week of September, maybe because you got the month of August off. Then we're going to do a recital. And you're going to have an opportunity to stand before us and say, These are the books of the Old Testament Bible. In Genesis, the key person is Adam, Eve, somebody in that book, God. Somebody in that book you're going to pull out as the key pivotal character in that book. You're going to go from Genesis all the way through the Old Testament. That's going to be your first class back. That'll probably take up most of our class. From there, when you come back, we are going into human government. Human government is going to be from, I want to say, what is it?
I think it's
Noah to the death of Moses.
Noah.
Yeah, you're going to go from Noah to the death of Moses. So we're going to teach on the human government. That's going to be 4 weeks that you're going to go from Noah to the death of Moses. And then after that 4 weeks, you're going to be into a class with Miss Linda. And it's just a 4 CDs? 5 CDs? The Tabernacle series. I think it's 4. So there's going to be 4 videos where Bishop Jakes goes through every piece of the tabernacle that you could ever imagine. He does it in such detail that we just use the video to teach the class. And so you will spend 4 weeks just watching that video. After that video is a quiz that I will give you before the video starts. I don't plan on you to fail. So if you fail it and don't, it's your own fault. I'm going to give you the quiz in advance. It's a written quiz. You will have to answer, I think, 4 or 5 of the questions on this 10-question quiz. You get to pick the question, and you have to write them out, answer them in a written form, typewritten form, and bring them in at the end of, I think it'll give you a week and a half after the video is over. There are questions like, what is the tabernacle? What are the pieces in the tabernacle? How does the tabernacle relate to? You're going to learn it all. So I don't intend for you to fail. So while you're in the class and the class is going on there, take notes. Even if we don't say write it down and it's important to you, write it down. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. So, what else do you need to know in this time period? Yes, we are going back through our devotionals. You will start your rounds, except I believe Zena will not be here. I believe she's withdrawing. Yasha will withdraw. She's going to join online people. And as far as I'm concerned, you will still have Jane and Maria in your class. So you may have to come up with another org chart of how the devotion goes day by day. So we may do that maybe next couple of weeks. You need to redo that order. Do you remember the order?
It would be, for the people that's left would be Miss Jane, Maria, Ed, and me.
Okay.
And the people that's left in class, that would be the order.
So let's take that order, and let's start with, can we start with Ed next week?
I think so.
Okay, you bring a devotion next week, and we go from you. We'll flip it because Maria and Jane aren't here tonight. So when they come next week, that gives them at least a week ahead of notice to know that you're coming next week. Okay. And if one of you maybe can go out on the Marco Polo later on and just say what the order is. The order of the devotions is blah, 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 blah for the class. So that's taken care of. You will have a devotion happen before your class each time. You will be doing the devotion, and Mother McGrew will be doing the teaching. Any other questions? Did I just completely confuse everybody?
Are you not going to do the prayer and the declaration like we did before and all that?
We can do the opening prayer. The declaration is not necessary.
Okay.
Yeah. That was just to get them familiar with it. They know what it is now. They know why we do it on a Sunday morning. It's not necessary that we do it in this class. And so, but yeah, we always start things with prayer. And it's up to you to delegate the prayer. The other piece of that I'm thinking is the scripture memorization. And when will we bring that in? And so, okay.
But we didn't go over that.
I did. Didn't I mention y'all will be doing scripture memorizations, and we will be doing it from that list of what the powerhouse doctrinal statement is?
Yeah, I know we passed them out, and you said at some point we would.
Yeah, yeah. So let's start that after we come back from break. That'll be a perfect thing to put with the public speaking course, because you will be standing up here and having to speak. And what a great opportunity to have something to present and use the skills that you're learning in the public speaking with those scriptures. So let's put those two together. So this is a great, I'm telling you this ahead of time. Take notes. So sometime in September, you will be standing before these people and you will be reciting the powerhouse doctrinal statement, 2 of those verses at a time. Don't wait to September to memorize it. It's June.
I've already started rewriting it. So.
Do it now.
What's wrong?
Yes. Start memorizing 2 a week. And if you want to test yourself, use the Marco Polo. Go out there and say, hey, I'm doing the first doctrinal statement. Here I go. Tell me how I do. And start practicing ahead of time.
Are you talking about each scripture that's after each sentence?
Yes.
Okay.
Each sentence you will be asked to do, I believe, 2 at a time. So start memorizing those now. And that's roughly going to be around September, because you're going to come back from break August the 31st. So September, we're going to hit the ground running. And so be prepared to run. And don't be nervous if your class dwindles. We expected it. Every class that we've ever launched with the Servanthood starts out with a large group of people. And when you get mid-flow, life happens. People's schedules change. Different things happen in people's lives. And they have to make other choices and other decisions. And that's okay. We let people do what they need to do. It's just like being in a school system. That's why I went from offering this class to free to charging. Because we go through the effort of preparing all this stuff for 15 people, and you end up graduating 2. And then the church takes the big hit with funding the books and funding the lights and funding all the materials for people that cannot follow through on what they planned out to do. And so the idea is if people put forth the financial effort to do something, then they're going to put forth the strategic planning effort to make sure that they can do it. So yeah. Any other questions?
I do.
Welcome, Maria. Welcome.
Oh,
So this video that we're making tonight is going to be posted on the phwc.rocks, on the Servanthood Leadership. Go out to the Servanthood Leadership, and you will watch the first parts of this, because I ran through a schedule what the next few months look like. Yeah, and so I'll put it out there so you guys can be reminded. And then I'll give you a schedule before you leave here tonight. You look like you got something on your brain.
No.
Okay.
Just scratch my beard.
Waiting for me to say something else. Okay.
Eagerly awaiting.
Sister Dee.
these dividers, like, is it they're supposed to be in a particular order within this book, or we were provided?
Within the book, you can set the dividers the way that you want to set the dividers. You don't have enough dividers to go throughout that whole book. It's like 12 or 15 different chapters in the whole book. And so you can put the dividers however you want to put the dividers in your folder. Yeah. And so each chapter in that book, I think it's more than 5 chapters. I just think off the top of my head. So, all right, I'm going to turn it over to Mother McGrew.
Devotion.
No, not tonight, next week. Yes, next week we changed the order of devotion, so next week Brother Ed would go, Sister Dee Dee will go, Maria, and Jane. So we just flipped the order. And so that's how we'll go next week. All right, you're in the hands of Mother McGrew.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
You all are ready for the way? It's the way.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
That's what we're studying tonight. Do you know the way?